Feeling the wish fulfilled is the key to manifestation, but most of us fail at it because we don't have a detailed roadmap to guide us through the process. We also don't know when we have arrived at the destination, and we commonly fall into traps. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to navigate the process of feeling the wish fulfilled. You'll know when you're doing it right and how to avoid common problems. The good news is we can create a roadmap for getting there. Here are the steps. First, we need to clearly identify what we want, our desire or goal. We do this by asking ourselves questions to find out why this particular goal is important to us. One way to do it is to ask ourselves why 3 times. Here's an example. If I want to make $1 million, I'll ask myself, why do I want to make $1 million? Oh, so I can retire early. Why do I want to retire early? So I can travel. Why do I want to travel? Well, I want to travel because I like the feeling of freedom that comes with traveling and not being tied down to a particular place. Once I get very clear about my desire and why it's important for me, then I go on to the second step and I ask these questions to reveal what would the experience be like if my desire was fulfilled. This process is very similar to building a scene in a movie. So the first thing I want to do is choose my character. Always make yourself the main character of your movies. We want to choose the character whose eyes we will see the story through. The second thing is to identify the desired state with logical and direct proof that the goal is being met. If my goal is to make $1 million, then the desired state would be I have $1 million in my bank account, or I have that much wrapped up into real estate or in other type of investments. I have a lifestyle that someone would have if they're worth $1 million. Then I think about what situations would show this. Maybe getting into a sports car or traveling around the world or going to my bank and making a withdrawal or deposit. Then I think about what type of dialogues I would have if I'm in this type of situation. Who would I be talking to? Maybe the banker, maybe my wife. The dialogues don't only need to be external dialogues with other people, they can also be internal dialogues where I'm talking to myself. I'm telling myself how proud I am I made it, how proud I am I achieved my goal. And I need to clearly think about the visuals. What would I see in this situation? What would my house look like? What would my daily life look like? What would it look like if I woke up in the morning at a wonderful resort on the beach? What type of actions and habits would I take? What habits would I have if I had $1 million? And another very key thing is the character. What would I be? What type of character would I have? Would I be kind? Would I be harder working? Would I no longer procrastinate? I need to think about what type of abilities I would have if I achieved my goal. Would I be better at communicating? So I have all the elements and I use them to purposely design a scene, a situation that will evoke a feeling of successfully accomplishing the goal. The third step is to feel your mood. Would I feel more energetic? Would I be more positive in life? What would be different about my mood? Describe my mood if I achieved the goal. The fourth step is to take a quiz to see if you are successfully feeling the wish fulfilled. This quiz is designed to help you know when you are successfully feeling the wish fulfilled. Here are a couple questions you need to ask yourself. For each question, give yourself a number between 1 and 10. 1 means you don't feel this way at all. 5 is you feel this way somewhat, maybe it's average. And 10 is I really feel this very strongly. Question number 1. How much gratitude do you feel for achieving your goal? 2. How convinced are you that the universe, the divine, is manifesting your desire? Give it a number, 1 through 10. 3. How clear are you about the new person you have become when your desire is manifested? If your scores are high, that means 8, 9, or 10, then you have passed. And you can rest in knowing you are experiencing the feeling of the wish fulfilled as you visualize. However, if your score is low, that means you got a score between 1 and 6, then you are still unclear about what you want and or what you will experience when you realize your wish. Now, let's look at some of the common traps people fall into. Neville Goddard teaches us that the feeling of the wish fulfilled is a way of realizing our desires, but it's easy to misunderstand what he means by feeling. Most of us assume he means that we need to search within ourselves for certain emotions or try to create them, but actually, he means we need to experience a particular type of mood, not any particular emotions. A mood is a collection of emotions and feelings that are hard to express and to identify their causes. For example, when you are in a good mood, everything in life just seems to be right and work out well. You have a hard time explaining why it's happening. It may only last a few hours or a few days. This is quite different from emotions. Emotions are easier to identify and to express. They also are generally more intensive. So being happy or sad is an emotion. We often are only happy for a short time. It's also much easier to pinpoint the cause of our happiness than it is to identify the cause of your moods. So here's the key idea. Emotions may be the byproduct of your mood, but they are not a requirement. Neither are they an indicator nor a cause of your mood. It's fine to identify the emotions you're having while you feel your wish is being fulfilled, but it's really not that important. So don't try to force yourself to have certain emotions because the process will create a gap between what you desire and what you currently have. Our goal is to assume we already have what we want, and the mood that is generated by knowing we have it is the feeling of the wish fulfilled.